Jimmy Page. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Zoe. I must say I'm really knocked out with this. It's
I was thinking
fabulous.
You guys must have had so many awards and accolades and honours bestowed upon you. How does it feel to have A Whole Lotta Love voted as the greatest guitar riff of all time by the Radio 2 listeners?
Well, as I say, it's I'm knocked out by this because I didn't really expect that to happen. There's been so many wonderful riffs along the way.
Let's go back to the conception of this incredible guitar riff. I mean, what do you remember about that time? Where did it come from? How did it come to you?
I had the riff and the sort of framework of the song that became A Whole Lotta Love. Yeah, I wanted a riff that really moved, that people would really get, and it'd bring a smile to their faces, But when I played it with the band, it just really went into overdrive, and that's how it went.
That's how it went.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
And then it got recorded, of course,
yeah.
And we did a pretty good rendition on the recordings.
Talk me through the recording process, because how did you make that sound so huge once you got in the studio? And you were producing as well, weren't you?
Well, I must say that, I used the Gibson Les Paul on that. It was relatively recently acquired for me. I'd only had it for a few months. But it was such a user-friendly guitar, and it sounded so huge anyway. And the amps that I had, they're all vintage stuff, obviously, but even vintage at the time. Yeah, I just I knew where I was going with it, to be honest.
I love the way you talk about it. It's just so sort of, and then it happened, and it is it's the greatest guitar riff of all time. It's so huge. Talk about.
Yeah, but there was an intent.
Yeah,
there was this intent to have this sort of thing, this riff and this movement of it. So it was sort of menacing as well as quite sort of caressing.
I love the way you talk like that. Johnny Marr said that no one plays that riff like you. And millions have tried, and I think everyone who ever tries to play the guitar has probably tried to do that, and he says no one will ever play it like you. That must feel quite good, as it is yours.
That's really great of him to say that, because there are, not just my riff, but you can say riffs of Keith Richard that he plays, and nobody plays them like him, because it's the character playing of the musician. But it is a riff that people can play, and they just really enjoy playing it.
And the riff got further popularity, of course, through CCS, their cover that was used on Top of the Pops. Was it strange hearing another band's version of your riff?
Well, it was interesting. It was interesting that it was taken on, that even at that stage it was thought of in its instrumental capacity. Led Zeppelin starts in 1968, but we're talking now of recording in 1969, and we were touring in America and coming back and playing the number, and thinking, well, people are just going to think it's the theme tune of Top of the Pops. Yeah, not really.
Did you ever have any idea of how iconic it would become?
No. No, I didn't.
No.
So it's a great surprise, and talking to you today about it being voted #1 is just fantastic. It's wonderful.
And a tune that is almost 45 years old.
Yes, I know. And
it stood the test of time and will be with us forever.
Yeah. The interesting thing is that I've seen a number of sort of mashups, that have appeared on the internet and that. And there's sort of versions with James Brown and Snoop Doggy Dogg even, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But underneath it all is the fact that it's been inspired by, the riff of A Whole Lotta Love, and that's great. It's that even still it has inspiration for people to sort of do mashups and the videos to them and all that, and I find that really cool.
Will you ever get tired of playing that riff?
Oh, I do hope not.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Oh, you're really more than welcome, sir.
Congratulations on being the #1.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks everybody for voting too. Cheers.
Thank you, Jimmy.